My good buddy Michael was nice enough to let me borrow his DJI Nano. It's like a half an action camera. So I decided to bring it out and put it side by side with its older brother, the Action 4. We're in the same settings, 4K 30. We got the horizon balancer on. Auto white balance. Took the exposure down just a little bit. I have some videos I made with the Nano over the week, showing off what it can do, where it can mess up, some other things that it does. And so it's about now, all right, for the price of it, as of the making of this video, I believe the Nano is $329. Comes with the camera itself and this little pod that can either attach to the camera or not. Had it upside down. Whereas the Action 4 is 2 screens, both of them touch screen, one in the front, one in the back. This one is interesting because you can carry your little screen around in your pocket. Check on it anytime you want. One tap, I can see what the camera's looking at. So, a very interesting concept there. I'm not sure if that part of it is waterproof, but the camera itself is, as demonstrated by this clip of me filling a glass of water with the camera in it. I'm hooked up to the wireless audio through the Action 4 just because that's the one that the microphone paired to. So the audio you're hearing from the Nano is this audio now. This is what the Nano sounds like without a wireless microphone attached to it. This is just its little camera mics. It's inside like a little cage thing too that pops off. Gives it a little bit of protection, but it's just a plastic sleeve more or less. It does all the same things that the action cameras do, aside from some of the higher frame rates for super slow motion and stuff like that. It has super night mode. I don't think it has time-lapse mode. I might even be wrong about that. But it's $329.99. It's on Amazon with a bit of a wait to get one. But is it worth it versus something like the Action 4, which is, you can get the adventure kit that comes with a stick and 3 batteries and some other stuff, or you could get the Osmo Nano. The Osmo Nano, I think, is great for somebody that doesn't want anything very obtrusive or with a lot of buttons and stuff on it. It has one button on it, the main camera body. It powers it on and stop recording, that's all. You'd have to use the little screen thing or your phone app to set up all your settings and whatnot. But it's small. It's like the size of a Zippo lighter, I would example. It's very small, and for POV shots, or you just want a sort of a body cam, a helmet cam, a really weird thing, like I said, it fits in a glass of water. It's an interesting take on it with the same allegedly sensor the Action 5 has in it. But why I wanted to put it up against the Action 4 is because I don't like the Action 5 sensor. I think they did something with HDR or something in it. I think you'll be able to see the difference what I'm talking about. I look mad red and the sky don't look right. You're gonna say the Action 4, the sky looks better. I know you are. So for me personally, there's some things I don't like. I have big fat fingers and it's a little weird to work with it. It's small. Its image quality is good, but it almost looks more like the little drone Neo that they have more than one of the action cameras. Or maybe that's just me complaining about their color science. But again, these are set to the same settings, even besides an auto white balance. They look very different, and I know one of them looks better than the other one. I just know it, because the Action 4 in broad daylight is unstoppable. I found that it's the Nanos. I found that the Nano's stabilizer got really wonky in dark situations, even when the ISO was ramped up. I had it on my head and I was walking and you could see it glitch with every footstep. So it's a tiny little action camera. You're not supposed to be trying to go out in the dead of night with the thing, thinking you're gonna get Hollywood quality. You're not. But we still don't, with these action cameras, it's to the point where sometimes the stabilizers mess up even when you're just kind of in shady woods or You go inside like you're in your house. You shouldn't have to light it up like a lighthouse to be able to see with your GoPro or your action camera. But would I buy one? No, it's why Mike bought one. It's because I was like, I don't really need that. I have too many cameras to begin with. Don't we all? And I kind of play favorites with the Action 4. And like I didn't need to get an Action 5, but I did because it was on sale. Excuses. I got the Pocket 3 as an investment because with the economic situation, that camera's value doubled in price. That's cool, but that's an excellent camera, but not in the same class as these action cameras, these POV cameras. It's not meant to do the same thing. Why I'm not going to include it in this test. Be like, look at this big, huge, badass camera destroying this tiny little camera. It just wouldn't be fair. But these two are on par with each other, and you know, if the Action 5 sensor is the one that's in the Nano, then what we should be seeing is something of a comparison of the Action 4 and the Action 5. But I don't know. I mean, just in terms of image quality alone, who's doing it better? Which one's doing it better? This is the only real world test I can really think about and just offer my thoughts on the subject. The little pod thing is definitely a cool idea, and like it has another mount on the bottom, so you can stack them on top of each other and rotate it and use it for vlogging purposes. But it was just so weird to me. I wouldn't use it for like vlogging unless I needed a really tiny little camera. But I didn't see why I would like need it. But is it a cool thing to have in the kit? Yeah, it really is. Because why not? And it's even got like a magnet on the back of it, so you can stick it to your refrigerator or whatever and do your morning like talk or what have you. Very, very versatile. It fits right in with DJI's ecosystem. All the mounts and stuff work with it. So any place you already have been able to put a camera, now you can put one that's even smaller. Is it a win? Yeah, it's a cool camera. And the footage doesn't look bad, but you gotta change settings or else. And I hate saying that because sometimes auto mode works, but with these ones, I don't think it does. It overexposes, it blows like highlights out of proportion and more or less makes the background kind of look like cartoonish or fake. I understand that it's got an infinite focus, so it has to take in a lot of stuff in the background and shit. But it ends up just looking like really blown out, like too much resolution or something. But everything in the foreground will look pretty good. But you know, when you're doing something and you want like that big background like that, you kind of want like, you know, some definition in the background. I'm not shooting in 8K, obviously, and people are probably watching it on their cell phones in 1080p anyway. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, look at this. These action cameras love the sky, and then they came out with the Action 5 and ruined it. I wouldn't recommend you get an Action 5 unless, I guess, you know, you feel like it. But I would tell you straight up that the Action 4 looks better. It looks better, okay? And it has all more or less the same functionality, except I think it doesn't have the super night mode, which just ramps up the ISO so loud that it comes out all noisy and stuff anyway. Yeah, it can see better in the dark, but it doesn't like look great, okay? I'm just gonna tell you that. It's better if you can just stick a light on the side of it, which again, with the cage of the Action 4, you can, same one that comes with the 5. The only difference is between an Action 4 and the Action 5 is their so-called like upgraded sensor. They made it take better pictures, but its video quality, in my opinion, like suffered. It just doesn't look right. I would say a strong contender, if you're trying to choose, say you don't own an action camera yet and you're looking to get one, I would recommend DJI because of its interconnectability of all the little parts and things. This mic can compare to either one of these cameras. All the mounts can fit on any other mount, and they just click, click, click on magnet things. They just work with everything. The Action 4 and the Action 5 share the same kind of batteries. They even gave the 4 a firmware update where it lets you use the new 1950 milliamp batteries, that the Action 5 uses. So basically, if you get an Action 4 adventure kit, with a stick and the batteries and all that, I think that's like 300, 329, something like that. Or you can get a DJI Nano, but that's kind of it. You don't even get a stick to mount it on, I don't think. I think it comes with some kinds of accessories, but Mike had the box, so I don't know what it even comes with. Nice and windy out here, so we are getting a bit of a test of the Mic Mini as well. All around, yeah, just a big old DJI fest here. I should have brought the Neo out and had him flying around behind me, but it's a little blustery. But, all right, and see, now we don't have that quite golden hour that we had when we first came out here, but let's show off like like a really detailed, I want a real detailed, like noisy background here. All right, it's like kind of like a lot going on. How's that looking? How's that looking? I suppose we should do at least some kind of test where I am not in the frame, so let's flip them around. I know the Action 4 looks good, and I'm wondering, is it supposed to try to compete with them? I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be like another little tool in your kit. Talking about a kit, if you can afford all this stuff, all right, here's what I'd recommend you could get from DJI and make an ultimate kind of vlog yourself, travel videos, and more kit. Get the little Neo drone, get one of the action cameras that you think is cool, get a Pocket 3, and get like the Nano. Now you got like this, it would fit in like a medium-sized box, working flawlessly through and through with each other. And you have like this ultimate getup. You can do like the drone away selfie shots. You can throw the thing underwater. You can strap it to the side of the car. You can do whatever you want. And then you got the Pocket 3 to get like really, really good, like, you know, B footage and stuff like that. I don't think the Pocket 3 works good for vlogging either, because it focuses on you as an actual focus, whereas these action cameras don't. They just autofocus everything. This one has a variable focus, so it focuses on you and it blurs out the background. I don't like the way that looks, personally, so I don't use it for that. And not only that, it's delicate. You can't bring it out when it gets wet. You can't get sand or dirt in it. You gotta be easy with it. You break the gimbal, it's not gonna work. But an excellent camera but that's like the heavy, like the big deal in the toolbox. But these are so much more fun to play with. You can wave them around. It doesn't matter. You fucking drop it. Oh crap, I dropped it. It's fine. You know, I kind of knocked them out of balance a little bit, but whatever. It's gonna be fun to try to edit them back together. Stop moving it. Something like that. And then, what are you gonna do with the thing? Say you don't want a whole bunch of hubbub, you just want this simple little device that just works. I would say get this Nano thing. It's cool, it's fun, it's very simple. It fits in like your purse, your pocket, literally, as opposed to the Pocket 3, which does not fit in your pocket, nor would I put it in my pocket. They should have called it something else. Anyway, or do you want a full-blown action camera with, you know, touch screens on the front and back? You can, you know, swap out batteries, stuff like this. The Nano has an internal battery, so once that's dead, you have to charge it before you can shoot more. But the pod thing is also a battery, so that kind of like doubles your record time, I suppose. Which one do you guys think is just doing it for you right now? Recap being, these are kind of the same class of camera, but not at the same time. The Nano pushes different ground. It's a super POV thing. Like it's really designed for people who are probably going to strap it to their helmet, their mountain bike, top of the car, stuff like this. Whereas in a traditional action camera with, you know, touch screens on it and a GoPro-ish chassis, if you will. Benefits. When it comes to the camera, it's about the image quality. Although people will lie to you and say that the quality doesn't matter of the video, it's what you're saying, but I'm making a video about cameras. So we gotta see what they do. It's not about what I'm saying, it's about what they're doing. I'm not gonna post edit, no colors or nothing like that with this, so what you're gonna see is what these cameras produced, what this microphone produced. I think we had a good chat here. Let me know in the comments which one did it for you.